welcome back to Open Your Eyes. Lovely Wednesday morning. We're venturing off now into a very interesting topic, a book review actually, and this book is actually on dumb things parents say to their children. What a thing. As a matter of fact, we've got the author in. She's none other than Jennifer Williams. Jennifer, a very pleasant morning, and it's nice to have you in.
Thank you. Open your eyes.
Yes. To the dumb things we say to our children. Ooh, that's a tough title. But you know what? Straight to the point. Tell us the impetus behind the book.
Well, I've been a teacher in California for almost 30 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
And it came from observations from the people in the States and in Belize. So I compiled basically mentally the interactions between parents, guardians, coaches, anyone who are, exactly. So I observed that many times they have said negative things. And being a teacher, many of the students, they have come to me in privacy. I have many letters, boxes, cards, where children poured out their hearts to me, the things that their parents have said to them. And because they have believed them, even though I'm not I have a master's degree with counseling as well. I'm not supposed to be counseling them, but they confided in me because the painful words, they wouldn't think twice to arrest a parent in the States, maybe Belize now, if the child is suffering from physical abuse or sexual abuse.
Yeah.
But
Not mental, emotional, verbal. They don't see that.
Yeah.
So they're carrying invisible wounds.
Yeah.
And I wish every parent would get this book.
I've done a quick look through, and you go through, you jump in directly to the things we should not say.
Yes.
And you close off with things that are better to be said.
Yes.
So I think yes, and it's comprehensive. People can pick it up and read it. But you know, you said something, Jennifer, and we were chatting before we started. We really forget that words hurt.
Yes.
And words leave scars.
Yes.
You know, my mother used to tell me, oh, you have to have a duck back. You know, you just make it.
Water
And
back,
sometimes you do have to have that level of tough skin. But we are human.
Exactly.
And we are susceptible to our emotions.
Yeah.
And children especially. I can't imagine as a child looking at the people that you love more than anything else, saying things that would cut so deep.
Exactly.
What has been the implications with the kids that you've seen and some of the things that you have heard them be told?
Well, like I said in the book, the main ones I've heard a lot, you will be like your no good daddy, or you will never amount to anything. So my rhetorical question to the first one is, well, if I'm going to be like my no good daddy mom, who picked the daddy? Then they want to slap you, like, no, don't slap me, slap yourself first. Because if I'm going to be like the man you picked, then, you know, so, but this is not how it normally ends. And you'll never amount to anything, or we compare the children with others. We do this comparison thing, or we give them accolades based on their performance.
Yeah.
Affirmation should not be based on performance. If Johnny is doing well, I love the proverbial Johnny. If Johnny is doing well, you got an A+, yay, God bless you.
Yeah.
You bring home a D, get cussed out.
Yeah.
So now they live up to this pressure. Go ahead.
Jennifer, I'm a parent, and I love my kids. Like, I love my kids. But I still feel that I think the biggest bullies are parents. I feel that because I don't want to go to, you know, it's how we were brought up.
Yes.
We see these things, we hear these things. What are your thoughts on that? Are parents bullies? Are we doing a bad job in sharing with our children the way we were brought up by the things that they actually told us growing up?
Oh, wow, that's a deep question. We need 2 hours for that. But in a nutshell, yes, we do emulate what we've learned.
Yeah.
So they say the saying, hurt people, hurt people. But I also believe that healed people can heal people. So we do not have to continue the cycle that's damaging. So that's why this is my second edition. The first one, I did not have 20 edition. The first one did not have 20 questions, but I put 20 questions in the back for parents to literally have a talk, a dialogue. I don't care if your children are grown, go back and find out where the wounds they have caused through ignorance. It's usually done through ignorance and frustration. So,
yeah, because it doesn't come with a manual.
yes, but
You
common
know,
sense is.
Well, and John said something. It's how we are raised. It's our perception
Yeah.
of children. I would
Yeah.
love to argue, and of course, you could share your thoughts here. We see children as not whole human beings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're partial human beings, and we grew them into whole human beings.
Yeah.
But they are,
Yes.
and they may not have the tools to express themselves, they may not be able to physically do the things, but emotionally and spiritually, they're whole beings.
Exactly.
And we can't treat them like lesser than. So when I degrade you out of my own frustration, and sometimes because I think it's just what's best for you, and it's gonna help you, it's not being fair to who they are.
Exactly.
You know, you said you spent most of your life in the U.S. and you still come back to Belize. One of the classic examples is even the perceptions in physical abuse. In Belize, even some of our top police officers think that corporal punishment should be implemented, and somehow this will save the country. Tell me
Yeah.
about
Thoughts
your
on that, yeah.
impressions there.
Well, everything has to be done in balance. I believe in balance because, and each child is unique. You cannot just do a across the board punishment / discipline with every child because some children in my class, I can just talk to them.
Yeah.
I get through to them. Some other children, they will defy you, rebel. They will, you make me and do the head thing,
Yeah.
you know. So I believe it's the same way at home. So we just have to see where each child, how he or she is cut out their makeup. But going back to words, the reason why I wrote this book is based on one scripture, Proverbs 18:21. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. So in front of all my books, before I sell it or give it away, I put speak life, speak life, speak life. So if you don't like the fruit, check the root. Don't look at the fruits. It's like, why? I no longer look. I say this on all my shows. I no longer look at what people do, but the why. So when I go to my class and I see, let's pick not Johnny again. If I see Andrew acting up, I go and I have a talk with him. I say, why are you behaving like this? This is not you. What happened? What's going on at home? And then I get to understand the why.
Yeah.
Because if John is a straight A student and he's getting straight D's, I need to know why.
Yeah.
You know, so we need to go to the why.
I love that. Not the fruit, the root. So when you see a behavior,
Yes.
try to understand where the behavior
Yes,
comes
exactly.
from. You know more than anyone being in the classroom, and I have teachers in my family. It's a lot of work. It is not an 8:30 to 3:30
Yeah,
job. And
exactly.
anybody who thinks that is completely lost on reality.
Have you been told sticks and stones?
Yeah.
Everybody.
What a lie, what a lie.
Yeah.
But see, the thing is, when you are in a classroom, you have a curriculum to impart. You have other things to be able to take care of. You have to meet your own goals.
Yes.
Some teachers say, listen, I just don't have the time to put in the extra to help each and every child who
Exactly.
exhibits disciplinary
That's a
problems in the
challenge.
classroom.
It's
Yeah.
a big challenge.
And sometimes teachers use the dumb words.
Dumb words.
Oh yes, I was at SJC last week. I spoke
Yeah.
at Yasser Musa's the History Club,
Yeah.
and we had the Q&A afterwards. And indeed,
Yeah.
they quickly said, yes, you can be sarcastic.
Yeah.
But so teachers, and I've been there, done that, guilty, and I went to apologize and try
Yeah.
to reestablish that rapport again because through frustration.
Well, Jennifer,
But
I would.
how do you respond to the issue of time though?
Yeah.
Because I don't know how big your classrooms are, but in Belize, they may have 30 to 40 children.
42, 48.
I've been there, but I've learned my lesson over the years. The ratio has to be at least 15.
Yeah.
15, yeah.
Exactly.
To try and get to everybody.
Yes, because I had 135 students teaching all English lit, and I'm a writer as well. I do
Okay.
poetry, etc.
Yeah.
So 135 rotating from 4th, 5th, and 6th grades. And high school, I've taught high school also.
Wow.
So if I, like I said, if I pull them aside, one of the things I've done in the beginning of my class school year, I give out a letter, explain who I am, my expectations from me, the parents, and them, because it takes 3
Yes.
for success.
Yes.
I have taught 1 year. I've never seen a parent all year long.
Wow.
I emailed, text, call,
Nobody
waited, nobody showed up.
And that's a reality in Belize as well, even for the younger ones.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, we look at teachers, you know, and I'm sorry I said we, but for the most part, people see teachers as babysitters. I need to go to work. I need to go to
my
work.
gosh.
I'll take that child to school and that's
Listen.
it. And I'll pick them up when it's time to pick them up.
Listen, they cry when it's summer, like, oh my gosh, I want to be home with them. And the teachers are crying, laughing, like, yes.
Yeah.
Like they feel abandoned, like nobody wants me, you know. So
We've got some time here, and I'd like to hear some of the dumb things that parents say. And the reason for that is because we need to be cognizant of it. Because sometimes we say these things and we don't even know that it's, you know what, that's dumb. And I think one of the dumbest things to tell a child is if it's a boy, stop behave like one girl.
Oh my
and if it's a
gosh.
girl,
Oh my
stop
gosh.
behave like one boy.
Okay.
I think these things are dumb.
they are.
So can you elaborate on some of these things?
And I would like to substitute dumb for hurtful.
Yeah.
A synonym. Like I said, you'll be like your no good daddy. You'll never amount to anything. College is not for everybody, or you're not smart enough, good enough, etc. And they compare with the Joneses. You lazy, good for nothing, spoiled brat. You will always be like so and so. Name a relative.
Yeah.
Why can't you be like your sister or your brother?
Oh my goodness, that's one of the biggest
The
ones.
comparison, one is really.
Or you'll never be.
Oh yeah, oh my gosh. Or I've heard this. I did not put this in the book. I wish you were never born. Yeah, I've heard that. That song's like, ooh, that's a dagger. That's a dagger. You won't be able to find a good man. I have a couple of friends who are going through issues relationally because of words that were spoken.
Yeah.
You stupid idiot, knucklehead, retard, bastard.
Yeah.
People laugh at these words, but those kids are impressionable.
And even in Belize, we have the tendency to look at children and typecast them from really young. This one are bad.
Yeah.
People say
labels.
that about young girl children. She ain't bad, watch out.
Labels.
Why would you say that to your child? Or this Lee bad boy, he ain't being Lee bad boy.
Ignorance.
But okay, so we hear the words, but what does it do? I mean, essentially what you are saying here is that children will become or are more inclined to become what you tell them. If you say you never go to school or you never finish high school, then what feeling do they have to try harder?
You know what? One of the students that I spoke with last week at SJC after the talk, and he was in tears, and he said almost these same things that I mentioned here that his parents have told him. And he said, I am going to prove to them that I am smart, I'm going to do this. Now the pressure they put on this boy, now his achievement thing will be like this pressure. I have to, because he's looking for acceptance, affirmation, and all these things. So now when you see somebody driven as that, you may say, wow, I want to be driven and motivated like him. But look at the root. He was, because there's a poem that's called If a Child Learns. And the first line is, if a child lives with criticism, he learns to condemn. And it's a wonderful to be in every classroom, every home, every wherever you have children. So there's the part back here. I don't know much time, but it's called broken.
Let's talk about the good stuff.
But the broken arrows too. But the good stuff, one a day. It's just like pill, one a day. Affirmation, reflective discussion. Well, not that. One a day. I love you with all my heart. I appreciate you very much. You are not a nuisance. You are not an interruption. Most kids feel like they're being an interruption. Nobody has time for them. Go and watch TV. Get out of my face. Children should be seen and not heard, and those silly things.
Yeah. So what you said here, sorry, I found the broken arrows part.
Oh, okay.
Many of our children are broken arrows that cannot fly straight because of how they were shaped in their parents' quiver. It is the parents' responsibility to prepare those arrows to hit the God-intended target when released into the future.
Wow, that's deep.
Yes.
It's true.
Yes.
It is.
And if we tell them we're dumb, if we tell them they're bad,
They're gonna believe
if we
it.
tell them all of these things, some may fight against it, as you've said, and become very driven.
Exactly.
But that's not all.
Exactly.
Because I do think sometimes parents are hard on kids because they want them to build that drive. But it's not always interpreted that way.
I also feel that because parents want, and this is definitely something that I think should be spoken about. Parents would say that they want the best for their child.
Yes, they always say.
And especially in the educational system, and hold them at a certain expectation. And if they don't pass to another class, they actually ridicule them. How do you deal with a child, or how do you deal with parents to say, you know what, it is okay?
I have that right in here.
Yeah.
You're nothing but a failure, a big loser, dumb fool. My counteraction to that is, you can fail, but you're not a failure.
That's right.
You know, many people in the States have taken the bar exam several times,
Yeah.
and then didn't make it the first time, the second time. You know, teachers' exam in the States. You know, a lot of teachers are scared to take the teachers' exam. You know, so go ahead.
It's the same thing when they do something wrong. You can have bad behavior, but you're not a bad person.
That does not define you.
Yeah. So where can people get your book? This is 40 pages of just a quick read. Maybe just reflect on it anytime you need a bit of reinforcement to be a better parent.
Well, I only brought 30 because I was testing the grounds and I was doing my things. And but if they go to jenniferwilliams.tv, jenniferwilliams.tv, that's my Facebook page, and it'll take you to my publisher. It's also on Amazon.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Just type in dumb things on Amazon, that'll come up. But you know, everything is in US, so. But I am going back next week. I've been down here going on a month. I'm going to send down like 1,000, and my brother, he will be distributing it.
Nice.
And so I will connect again with people.
Nice.
Because I do want to have it in every school, every whatever.
So let's close with chapter 7, with the things you can say to your child.
Okay.
We can start with, I love you with all my heart.
Yeah, I appreciate you very much.
You are not a nuisance. You are not an interruption.
Oh man, you have self-worth.
Yes.
You will achieve great things.
You're smarter than you think.
Love yourself.
Dream big.
Think highly of yourself, not more highly. I love that.
Yeah, my child, work hard.
Yes.
Wow.
Losing does not make you a loser.
Don't limit yourself.
Live passionately.
Love what you do.
Develop your talents.
And always stay focused. I love it.
There's so much more. We can go on and on and on. Don't waste your brain power. Oh, I love this. I will always support you.
Yes, and I think that's one of the biggest ones.
Yes.
I think so. I think as a parent, for me, you know, when I know that I've made mistakes, and this is just my personal opinion, when I know that I've made mistakes yesterday, when my child wake up in the morning, I try to hug. I try to show love because it is a brand new day.
Exactly.
Oh my God, I love picking him on, lad.
Yes. You know, this is a blessing.
Yeah,
and we do appreciate you. We hope you send down more. We hope that parents get it, but also read it. And if they just try out some of these very short statements on their children, just one a day, so that you can start to reinforce them. I'm sure we can start to see the impact when positive words are used on children. Thank you, Jennifer.
Jennifer, thank you so very much.
Great.
My pleasure.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take a break. And when we come back, we'll have our wrap up. So stay tuned.